It has been days where the kids eat and I'll just survive off water.
Very stressful. Our anxiety, wondering when our next paycheck's gonna be or if we're gonna get the next one.
There is no support from TSA's leadership in Philadelphia. We were told if you call in sick, you have to provide medical documentation. When I call out, I tell them the truth. Can't afford childcare.
Unfortunately, majority of people on SNAP are working. It's just that our country doesn't pay them enough.
We're really now sort of anticipating maybe as many as 20,000 families reaching out to us at our 2 food pantries just for these holiday meals. Unless they really start to fund SNAP, this could be all the food they get, or at least that they can count on this month.
We make all kinds of meals that stretch everything that we have. At a certain point, you can't stretch it anymore.
We're not pawns on a chessboard. We're people. Good morning. Good morning. They don't understand what a government shutdown is. My daughter made a comment the other day, well, Mommy, you can just go to the bank. What parent wants their child to see them struggling and upset and crying because you're worried about not only where the food's coming from, but we're right around the corner from the holidays.
And we'll keep on fighting to the end.
They want to send a list to Santa. And how do you sit there and hear them talking about that and know that this year you may not be able to pull that off? It's heartbreaking.
Breakfast.
It's these simple moments, Mom Maggie Sabatino making breakfast for her 8-year-old daughter Kenzie and 9-year-old son Callan, that lately have become more difficult. All because Sabatino works for the federal government.
We were told if you call in sick, you have to provide medical documentation. When I call out, I tell them the truth. Can't afford childcare.
For the last 13 years, she's worked as a lead TSA agent at the Philadelphia International Airport. Sabatino's also the executive vice president of her local union chapter. But now she and roughly 1.5 million other federal workers are going without a paycheck, struggling to make ends meet. And it's not her first rodeo.
Completely different than the last one we went through, which was considered to be the longest in government history. This one, there is no support from TSA's leadership in Philadelphia.
Her last paycheck was on October 11th and far from what she normally gets.
Full taxes come out of that. By the time it's done, you're receiving $104. That's not a paycheck. That's supposed to carry you over through a shutdown. This is the little bit that is in here. You have some raviolis. This is enough to hold over for maybe another week. The fridge is pretty much empty. All of those bills are due at the beginning of the month. And there's no pay coming in to pay them. They gave us a letter for us to give to our creditors. Most of them don't accept it. They want their money.
She's contemplating applying for SNAP benefits, once called food stamps. But as this government shutdown drags on, now the longest in U.S. history, SNAP is out of money.
This is the first time in history that SNAP benefits were not issued fully to individuals, not even during the first shutdown, during the first Trump administration in 2018 to 2019, where benefits issue half or delayed as they're being done at this moment.
When you went up and applied for emergency SNAP, they also gave a list of pantries as opposed to giving you SNAP benefits.
Sabatino and so many others may now have no choice but to rely on the help of food banks.
You do what you have to when you have kids. They have to eat.
Like millions of others, Sabatino's path to her present uncertainty started on October 1st, when Democrats refused to approve a temporary spending bill unless Republicans agreed to extend expiring Obamacare subsidies so premiums don't rise for millions.
How long do you think this will go, Mr. Speaker?
I hope it's short.
The motion is not agreed to.
The motion upon reconsideration is not agreed to.
The motion is not agreed to.
Democrats are just saying, look, It's time to do a budget, to put it together, but we don't think the budget should cut healthcare access for 15 million Americans and drive up costs for every other American.
SNAP recipients shouldn't go without food. People should be getting paid in this country. And we've tried to do that 13 times. And you voted no 13 times.
My Democratic colleagues are united in the fact that Trump and the administration can do this, not this weekend, tomorrow, today, right away.
The shutdown first forced the closure of some federal facilities, and all government workers stopped getting paychecks. Then, a month later, the USDA said funding for SNAP benefits had run out. 42 million Americans, roughly 1 in 8, rely on the critical federal food assistance program. The Trump administration is pledging to partially pay SNAP benefits for November to comply with a court order. But it's a waiting game, with no certainty of when that money will be dispersed.
The recipients of these SNAP benefits need to understand it's going to take some time to receive this money.
In this now record-breaking shutdown, many families are struggling to put food on the table.
The majority of people on SNAP are white Americans. We do know that a lot of red states have a lot of high food insecurity. For example, Florida has one of the largest people on SNAP, followed by Texas. So if you look at it as a whole, regardless of whether it's blue or whether it's red, do have people who are struggling. Unfortunately, majority of people on SNAP are working. It's just that our country doesn't pay them enough.
With no end in sight and still forced to show up to the airport as an essential worker.
Make sure you have gas in your car because they want you to show up to work every day, even though we're going on the second pay period where we haven't received the pay.
Sabatino feels the government has left her behind. She now keeps this letter explaining she's working without pay on the dashboard of her car.
My inspection stickers are expired. They expired in October. I've already been stopped once by PPA, Philadelphia Parking Authority, letting me know that the next time they see my car, that they're gonna have to ticket me and I can take my letter to court with me. Yeah, so that's another thing on top of that.
Adding to her worries, she can no longer pay for health insurance, and her son takes medication to treat his autism.
He's got about 14 pills left. When his medication runs out, I'm not even sure how much it costs without a prescription plan.
Good morning, Kingston.
Oh.
Our apple butter toast is on the table.
Melissa Miles knows that anxiety firsthand, too. A single mother to 5-year-old Kingston.
It is 7:06. Kingston's finishing his apple butter toast. We've got his water ready for school. Hair is done, and it's Orange You Glad You Can Read Day for Halloween.
And a full-time student without a job. She's on SNAP, but there's no money left.
It's Saturday, November 1st. There are no pending benefits on the EBT food stamp app for Michigan. So I'm poised with a dilemma. Do I spend the cash I have on hand for groceries right now? Or do I wait and see what happens with the government releasing SNAP benefits?
Dinner time now means hard choices with fewer options.
So there's no going and spending $120 at the grocery store. It's we'll go in and get absolute necessary items because that's like depleted the cash fund that I have. I bought a family pack of hamburger, but we divided that out so that we can use it for 4 meals instead of, using it for 2. And just being really aware and conscientious of what's being used.
She's now turning to charities.
So I'm in line at the Salvation Army. The line is in the road. People are concerned. It doesn't even open for another 20 minutes and there's a good 20 cars and let's see them. So this is the line all the way out into the road. I'm just really grateful for what the Salvation Army was able to provide.
Since the start of this shutdown, more and more Americans are surging to food banks, even those tasked with protecting our country.
It's just a lot of stress and anxiety on the family.
And the concern caused by this shutdown,
you can see service members in their uniforms,
is what we saw on countless faces in this line of soldiers, dressed in their fatigues, waiting for the chance to get just a few pounds of free food. This food bank at the Armed Services YMCA in Killeen, Texas, near Fort Hood, has seen a 60% spike in first-time visitors since the government shutdown began. People like Maggie Hizataki and her 3-year-old son, Melosi, now wake up before dawn to stock up. Melosi, still in his pajamas.
How have the last few weeks been for you with the shutdown?
Very stressful. Our anxiety, wondering when our next paycheck's gonna be or if we're gonna get the next one.
Maggie's husband is in the Army. The Pentagon moved money around in its budget to cover his paychecks, along with roughly 2 million other U.S. military personnel. But officials warn there are no additional funds left for the next round of soldiers' pay later this month.
Crackers? Yeah. Okay.
We caught up with Hizataki this week at her home on base in Fort Hood. Her husband's last paycheck was on Halloween, and she worries it could be the last for a while.
All the cereal up there is what we've gotten from food pantries.
She recognizes, she says, how lucky her family is to stock up for a worst-case scenario. Hizataki and other military families are also coming together to help one another.
Whatever people have left over, they offer it to the Facebook chat. Yeah. And our community, everyone's grabbing what they want and what they need.
And Hizataki says she's doing what she can to create a sense of normalcy for her son, playing together.
Okay, that's obvious.
And cooking dinner. The family of 3 thankful for these moments to come together as the sun sets on yet another day of uncertainty. Coming up.
Because I'm already struggling. I'm already stretching food. I have 2 small boys. They're already threatening school lunches. So it's he's not going to be able to eat at school or at home.
You guys got a line spilling out the door. It wraps around the block. There are a lot of folks coming in, specifically to get holiday meals.
Originally, we were anticipating as many as 15,000 households. Then we saw one thing happen, which was the layoffs, the furloughs. We're really now sort of anticipating maybe as many as 20,000 families reaching out to us at our 2 food pantries.
It has been days where the kids eat and I'll just survive off water.
Money was already tight for Simone Wilkes last week.
Now I have to pick up another job and be away from the boys. Probably have to go for a night job.
She's a working single mom in Detroit, and days before SNAP officially ran out, she was already skipping meals to feed her 2 young boys.
It helps me until I get my next check and able to add on to it, but it's with the rent, with the grocery hike, it's that's not even enough.
When you picked up your phone,
getting this alert on her phone telling her SNAP benefits for November may still come, but could be reduced and seriously delayed.
My stomach dropped because I'm already struggling. I'm already stretching food. I have 2 small boys. They're already threatening school lunches. So it's he's not going to be able to eat at school or at home. I have been preparing, thinking of things I'm going to not pay for and things I'm going to have to get because we need it. I'm going to have to cut out internet. My son needs that for his schooling. I'm going to have to cut that out because that's extra money that I can pay for the food.
After a court order, the Trump administration said it would partially fund SNAP through November. But it still could take weeks or even several months for tens of millions like Simone to see any money deposited into their SNAP accounts.
On average, depending on the household and on the need, most individuals get about $100 to $200. The minimum benefit is about $24, which is what most older adults do get.
And on Monday, we asked Simone how much money she has left for food.
$23.
You have $23.
Yeah. No, I do not know what I'm going to do.
Adding she has $0 left in her SNAP account. With few options remaining, more and more families are turning to food pantries. And the demand growing with each passing day. ABC's Alex Prochet is at Bread for the City, a nonprofit in Washington, D.C.
There you go, sir. This is the biggest demand.
That's right, and the demand and the volume of folks coming in here is going to be greater each and every day. So these are the clothes.
For more than 50 years, they provided clothes, health care, and legal advice to those in need.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. This is the diaper room here. This is where we store some of our stuff. This is going to come in handy, and the food is going to come in handy.
With the holidays around the corner and the loss of SNAP benefits, Bread for the City is seeing an increase in demand for food and supplies.
You guys got a line spilling out the door. It wraps around the block. There are a lot of folks coming in, specifically to get holiday meals.
That's right. This is November. It's our busiest month of the year when it comes to our food pantry. And originally we were anticipating as many as 15,000 households. Then we saw one thing happen, which was the layoffs, the furloughs. We're really now sort of anticipating maybe as many as 20,000 families reaching out to us at our 2 food pantries just for these holiday meals. And so this is a challenging month for us.
All right, you'll go down there, grab a box, and then you'll let them know that you want a chicken.
Would that be the most turkeys and holiday chickens that you gave out in a year?
That's right. That would be an all-time record for us.
George says more than 90% of the people who come here are SNAP recipients.
Now we're talking about people who were typically using our pantry just for a supplement. But now this is at least, unless they really start to fund SNAP, this could be all the food they get, or at least that they can count on this month.
Food pantries provide about 1 meal for every 9 provided by SNAP, according to Feeding America, a nationwide network of food banks.
All right.
Across the country, food pantries are trying their best to meet demand.
Keep going.
Like this one in Washington State.
Stop right there.
For one?
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
Food banks simply can't fill the gap of what SNAP provided, so the folks who work at Bread for the City in Washington, D.C. try to make it as welcoming as possible.
It's good to see you. I look at this as a blessing, man. As we going through, even though they come in and lose their job, we're going through it with them. Because when they walk in, we got to show them the dignity and respect as we do. And I see the sad, I see the crying, I see all of it. But you give them a hug and show them the love and support like we do here at Bread for the City, should be no question about it. That's what we do.
I can tell you take pride in it.
Yeah, I love my job.
All over the country, food pantry workers are stepping up as the government shutdown impacts those in need. ABC's Victor Oquendo is in Broward County, Florida, at the LifeNet for Families Pantry.
So we need to start another beef box?
Yeah, probably.
No, I think we need another beef box, because those are full. Okay, where'd the bacon box go?
Go ahead.
Oh, they took it?
Watch your back, Phil. Denise, walk me through what we're doing right now.
So basically when we get a delivery in, what we do is separate all the basic food categories, beef, pork, chicken, seafood. We separate them out, and then Chef puts them in our freezer so that he can meal plan for the upcoming week.
You guys do this every single day?
We do. It's a part of our day every day. We feed more than 400 people every morning, and it requires this every day to be able to do that.
But it does seem like this delivery wasn't that big. You guys were able to break this all down in a matter of minutes here.
That's part of the problem that we face as well. The numbers keep increasing, the amount of food we're able to get keeps decreasing. And at some point, I'm not sure what we'll do because we won't be able to keep up with the numbers that we're currently serving.
How do you keep up?
We make all kinds of meals that stretch everything that we have. But as I said, at a certain point, you can't stretch it anymore. So we're going to have to find a way to be able to gain access to more food.
Where are these meals headed?
So these meals are headed to recipients of SNAP benefits where it's been suspended and they don't have the foods that they need. So this will go to them.
How many of these bags will you guys give away?
Every month we give away 3,000 plus bags. There was no produce? Really?
Sorry.
No produce?
They weren't thinking about you today.
I know, no veggies? We need vegetables.
Yeah, we didn't have any.
No vegetables?
No vegetable whatsoever.
You guys didn't receive vegetables today?
None.
How often does something like that happen?
It's not common. Usually we have some vegetables. Often, you know, it's not as much as we would like, but there's usually at least some vegetables that are included. There's no vegetables that's included in this order.
Do you think that that's a mistake, or could it be a supply issue?
I think it's a supply issue because it's not a mistake. They give us what they have. So we have no vegetables in this delivery.
What can you do? That's a key part of the diet.
That is exactly right. So again, I'm going to have to get on the phone. I'm going to have to start calling people and figure out where we can get some vegetables, because obviously it's an incomplete meal without vegetables.
That has to be frustrating for you.
It is very frustrating because I spend so much time trying to figure out how to make these meals work when I'd like to be spending that time doing other things, raising funds for the organization, making sure that we can expand rather than trying to figure out how to do more with less.
When did you start to notice that the deliveries were getting smaller and smaller?
It started when the cut for the USDA, and ever since then, there have been changes in our deliveries, changes in the levels of food that we receive, and we continue to decrease in what we see coming in every week.
Back in April, the USDA cut $500 million in funding from its Emergency Food Assistance Program. The federal government uses the program to buy food from U.S. farmers, then passes the food to food banks and other local agencies in all 50 states.
Yes, exactly.
Rose Josephs is a pantry worker who was also on SNAP benefits.
The government shut down everything right now, so, you know, everybody's in crisis, and the food banks are long lines now and everything is going on, but thank God for this place.
Without those types of resources, without food banks, food pantries, what position would you be in?
Scrambling what to do, how to get food. I mean, it shouldn't be that way, but unfortunately, that's what's going on right now in this world. It's a scary time.
It's a man-made problem.
If you can explain the strain that food banks are feeling right now across the country.
The strain is tremendous for people who work in the food banks, who lead the food banks, because when you have to look at people every day, you come face to face with them, and their need is so great. And your desire is to meet that need, but you're unable to at the level that you would like to because you don't have the resources. And that's a constant that you go through every single day. It tears on you. It tears at your heart. You're not able to sleep at night.
Are you hearing from some of your clients that they're having to choose between food on the table or rent?
Absolutely. We know that they're going to choose the life essentials and not the rent, and they will be on the verge or pushed into homelessness.
This is really going to hurt a lot of moms, and mental health is already on a crisis. This is just putting more people in a mental health crisis, and that's not right.